Let's go. Fiji time. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh yeah, Mario time. Mario time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh yeah, Mario time.
Okay, cool. Let me make sure that's true. Oh, I might be on delay. Well, I can't hear myself on the stream, so I don't know. That's fine. Yeah, I think this is probably more synchronized.
Let's go.
Is that true? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Alright. Get started then. So big game. Adrian, RedToad. I was looking at the challenge group, and this is for qualification, right? It's top 2 per group in advance, so this is pretty big game. So hopping in a little late here. Adrian's doing 5-2. I like that call. I do 5-2. I think there's too much risk in 5-3. But that's obviously a preference for me because I have a skill issue. But yeah, RedToad, that's clinical 5-3. So yeah, I think this is. So I had to look at the timers. Was it 6, 17, 6, 15? They're pretty much neck and neck. Out the gates here from 5-2 and 5-3. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future. Of course, I think for races like these, you want to keep your propeller through 5 tower, and you're kind of almost out of the danger zone. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Yeah, audio sync, that's good. That works. Alright, both runners starting with 5 tower. Let's see what they pull out. I don't know much about either runner, so I don't know if we'll see. 5-5-6 attempt. I think we're gonna see it from both, yeah. And then try to attempt this. Yeah, so successful. It's literally neck and neck. It's pretty crazy. I think Adrian might be a little ahead, but it's like 2 seconds, and at this stage of the race, 2 seconds is nothing. So essentially neck and neck.
Let's go.
Alright, we get to Raftless. I personally call this subway skip because it looks like a subway. So I say Raftless, I don't know what they call it now. But I don't think either runner saved. I was paying much attention, but we'll see the attempts here.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Alright, so both successful. I'm gonna wait till the next landmark to actually get you an accurate differential here. So we'll see when the next load is, probably when the entry
It's
goes
load
down.
time.
So, let's see here. Adrian enters Ghost House 936. RedToad enters Ghost House 939. So that's 3 seconds, a bit less than 3. Yeah, 585 entry for RedToad. Nice job there. So let's say they go for the crouch jump. I don't go for crouch jump. I'm too scared. They'll both will do it.
This way.
So yeah, RedToad gets 569 Ghost House, so maybe may have made up some of that differential. Now it's still about less than 2 seconds, a little less now, I think.
Let's go.
Okay, 1036. 38, yep. So 2 seconds. Alright, head to World 8. Big part of the runs here. We'll see what happens. Probably nothing too interesting until we get to Airship, where we'll probably see some of the more high-risk moments in the game. But so far, pretty close. 8-1, 8-2 definitely can be tricky levels. But this is just pretty clinical racing for both these two. So yeah, see what happens at 8-1.
Let's go.
Yep, so both do the shell trick here. And we should see the triple jump coming through. And now this upcoming triple jump, where they will both damage boost the fire towers here. And both clear it. And this is really clinical racing. So I think we're gonna see 432 for Adrian, 433 for RedToad.
Mario time.
So we might be getting a bit closer on the differential. Let's see. 12-13, 12-15. It's still about 2 seconds.
Let's go.
Alright, we move on to 8-2 here. The movement in this level can be tricky for some beginner runners. These two are of course veterans. But yeah, nice trick is you can crouch jump off the backwards wheels here and still keep your momentum. That's something interesting I picked up from community while learning how to speed this game. So we see Adrian go for, I think, there's a triple there to get the star. RedToad goes to ground pound it, and let's see here. Yeah, it's still neck and neck. Nothing too crazy. A good second room here from both as well.
This way.
Yeah, the crouch boost. Pretty good. It's called the Asterisk Crouch Boost. I didn't know that. That's something I learned every day. Alright, 8-7. Let's look at the differential when they enter 8-7. I would see this. It's still really close. I mean, this has got to be one of the closest races I've watched, at least. 13:57, 13:58. Yeah, it's a 1.3 seconds is the difference. So we're at Bone Coaster now. 8-7. So, I mean, this level, pretty much auto-scroller. There's some tricks to get some IGT here. If you're to just purely follow the coaster itself, you get about like a 3:32, 3:33 IGT time. That's what I usually get in these races. I don't go for anything crazy. But you can do some early jumps, get off the platform early, and save some IGT there. So we'll probably see those upcoming in a bit, unless you want to play it safe, which is totally understandable, but also they're playing it close. They're both really close to each other, so we'll see if they want to see if they'll get the advantage over the other player. But still, like, very neck and neck. Yeah, you can keep a mushroom on the platform. It's pretty cool. Effects. See that reflected? Nice technique there from Adrian. I personally have not seen that. Still pretty close. I think one edge is separate from this one in particular. They both finished at 340 IGT. That's crazy. It's still 1.3 seconds. Makes sense. They finished at the same IGT. We're going to airship, and here we'll probably see some of the differential. Some tricks coming up, of course. Mainly bombless. We'll see how that plays out for either runner, which I'd imagine they'd probably attempt it. Yeah, 340. Pretty good IGT. A really good IGT, of course. Mandatory time loss for Adrian 16. Oh yeah, I was seeing that he does play. So for those who don't know, when the airship gets revealed after you complete 8-7, if you're on a 4:3 ratio screen, you save 2 seconds actually. So I believe Adrian's not playing with that. Okay, so RedToad will. That's a nice save by RedToad there. Obviously, this is a very risky strat here to skip the second screw, and if you can't get enough height on that spin, it could be fatal. So a good save by RedToad there. a lot of runners in this tournament, at least for the seeding where I'm at, we kind of skip this because it's pretty risky. Alright, so Adrian trying to go for the first hit there. Barely missed it. And RedToad goes for it as well. RedToad hits it, and so I think he might be even here. So of course RedToad earlier. From that, I think there's a small differential. I think now it's almost even. So, oh no, I just I was paying attention to the screen and suddenly things have happened. So RedToad, really good bomb was here. Get that first hit, second hit, third hit. Yeah, so after that plays out, of course, airship, tricky level, so that's being a differentiator a little bit. I think the differential is about 8 to 10 seconds there, if I'm estimating. Let's see what happens when they enter castle. RedToad slightly ahead, but still, at this stage of the game, 8 seconds is almost nothing. So there's still stuff coming up. The biggest thing being above the castle. It's a nice trick. I think we'll probably see at least one person try to attempt it because that could be the difference between who wins or loses this race, right? So it's a risk, but yeah, 18 seconds off. Yeah. How much time does above the castle save? I don't know off the top of their head. I think I saw like 12 seconds. Is that what it is? We'll see if that comes into play here. Of course, also if you go for above the castle and miss it, you lose a bit of time to the fireball as well. So, we'll see how that goes out. So Adrian enters the second room of the castle. RedToad still in the second room of the castle as well. Still a pretty close race. RedToad, the meal saves you from being hungry. Yeah. So let's see the third room entry, 2031 for RedToad. Yeah, and 2051 for Adrian. So I think we're seeing about 20 seconds differential here. And I think above the castle is going to be key here to see who comes out on top. So we're going to see RedToad here first. Probably attempt this. Attempting the meal. So we'll have the mandatory cutscene. Have to sit through it. A little annoying, but it's a good, moment to calm yourself down before you attempt ATC. One of the more lenient tricks in the game. So let's see what happens. We'll see RedToad try this. He goes for it. RedToad, they get the gap through, and they will get up there. Nicely done by RedToad. The meal. Even well to that. Adrian will attempt it as well. I think probably just barely missing there. I think that top block was just a little bit too early. I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I've practiced. Might be allowed to run. We'll see RedToad finish at 22:28. Really good time by RedToad. Really impressive run. And Adrian finishing here as well soon. Get to the escape. This is by both runners. Really clean run, I think. This is a really clean run. At this stage, we'll see this finish as well. A nice finish by Adrian. We get to 23:11. Two really good times in this tournament. Definitely in the top. I could check the sheet. I don't think it's updated that much, but yeah, GG's to both runners. A closely contested game 1 will go to RedToad as we move on to game 2 in a little bit here. But yeah, as I was saying, these are really clean run, and can't really point to any major mistakes. So, obviously at this stage of the game, you want to reduce mistakes. This is a knockout game, right? And they didn't make any. A couple small ones here and there, but there's nothing major to point to. And of course, the biggest mistake you can make in a speed run of this game, in a race of this game, is losing your propeller early, right? And it just happens. It's a little unlucky. You have to readjust, but not too hard to recover from. But keeping your propeller, keeping it clean, top level running. So I'm excited to see what game 2 brings. Thoughts from the crowd on that first game? I'm gonna check the spreadsheets right now. I'm not gonna rank obviously through everything. From my glance, these are two of the top times this tournament. So. Monitor the Discord here, see. Yeah, having some trouble with the website, I think. I was having some trouble with that too earlier in the races. Yeah, so I think they'll get started here a little bit soon.
Here we go! Let's go! Ouija time!
I think we'll see some practice sessions here. Always good to practice before a run. I do 15 attempts of Raftless, and I still always mess up in a run. So I always have to save 5 times.
Let's play!
But when you have 2 players closely matched as this, sometimes you don't want to get that time save or that time loss of just saving the game. Because you miss I don't know how many seconds it is. I've never really counted. It's not a brutal thing to reset if you save the game, but always good to make sure you got that down pat. Oh, so 100%. Yeah, sorry if I mispronounced your name, Alec. Yeah, that's pretty good. For me, I think I've failed it in every single run at least. No, I think there's 2 runs where I didn't fail it. I think I did what? 8 runs? No, 7 runs this tournament, and I only succeeded first try, maybe once or twice. So you attempted it twice?
Yeah, Mario time.
Yeah, I was doing some practice runs and I was thinking about it. Oh, listen, we've gotten started here. Sorry, I got caught lacking. Didn't have prop the other times. Yeah. Did I do a raft? Did I ever do it with a raft? I don't think I've ever lost my propeller in 5 tower. I've always lost it before, so they'll get the back in 5-3. But the problem is I don't know how to do 5-3, so it's pretty slow. Alright, so both gonna finish level 1. 1-1, nothing too crazy here. Pretty close. In finish times, it's 1-2. So early game, something to take it for granted, but it's very crucial in these races. There's no reset button. So I think these 2 runners probably stick to what they do in their normal speed runs. I personally construct a safer route to take, at least in 1-3.
Yeah, Mario time. Let's go.
So 1-2 complete, both get 4-5-5 IGTs. Nicely done. And the gap is 0.8. We'll see Adrian, I think, slightly ahead. I'll get to 1-3.
This way.
My bad. I was checking the Twitch stream, so those might have been some delayed calls. But okay, I'm back on the right stream now. So both of us will finish 1-3. Nothing too crazy happening here. They'll both get the 450 IGTs. It's literally neck and neck in terms of RTA. I think in loads, I think there might be a second here. So let's see what the entry time is for Captain.
Let's go.
Ooh, a raid. Thank you, Supa, for Supa11 for the viewer count raid of 19. Yeah, W raid. So let's see the exit time here as the runners make their way to World 5. 332, 331. It's a point, less than 0.2 seconds separate them. So really good World 1 from both runners. What else can you expect? Top level running.
Let's go.
So Raiders, I don't know what the stream is about, but veterans of the game or new to the game? What are your thoughts on Mario speedrunning? Alright, 5-1 here. This part's gonna be a bit tricky, skipping past the piranha plants and propelling over. For those not familiar with the game, losing the propeller here pretty dangerous because you can't get up there as normal Mario. You can't get from that water to the upper platform. It's crucial you keep your propeller. But not an issue for these two runners. 447 IG2, it's getting as close as you can get. Let's look at the exit times here. Yeah, it's 0.15 seconds. It's basically tied. On my screen, everything's just happening at the same time. It's really impressive. So let's see. It looks like I think, if I remember correctly, Adrian's gonna be doing 5-2, and RedToad will be doing 5-3. Optimally, doing the levels optimally, 5-3 is faster. But 5-2 carries less risk, so it's mainly what you want to do there. Who's gonna mess up first? That's a good question. I like to think of it that way, you know. Sometimes, you know, in these pressure races, it's just, yeah, I guess you realize these things get differentiated off maybe the first mistake. But, you know, if a mistake happens this early, plenty of time to catch up, right? So, yeah. But this is where you see like the runs kind of diverge. 5-2, 5-3. And I think RedToad will get there, so he will get rewarded for 5-3. Yeah, I'll probably mess up, bro. I've been messing up this whole time. Yeah, so let's see, 621 exit for RedToad, 623 for Adrian. So we see the 2-second gap appear, and that's the differential between 5-2 and 5-3.
It's a good time.
I wrote this game. Yeah, there are 9 worlds. 9 is a secret. But in this speedrun, you'll only see worlds 1, 5, and 8. Yeah, feel free to ask me questions for the game, speedrunning. I'm not as knowledgeable as you probably let me answer. Yeah, of course. Happy to help out. So we're seeing the 556 attempts come through. RedToad 557, Adrian 556. Clinical as always. All right, now they are wrapping up their fights with Iggy. 751 exit for RedToad, 753 for Adrian. That's me 2 seconds. Differential. At this stage of the game, that's nothing. That's nothing. So very neck and neck. And we are going to see the Raffles attempts. Let's see if they save. I wonder, you know, if the match score maybe plays a role in whether you save or not. RedToad's not going to save. Adrian's not going to save. And we're going to send it Raffles. So for those maybe not as familiar with the game, this level is intended to be done with by holding on that raft on the poison that moves along. But with Propeller, you can actually skip throughout the whole level. And that's what we're seeing both these runners successfully do. Got a favorite, let's see. Someone is rooting for Adrian. And we're not gonna see, I don't think we're gonna see any differential. Oh, wow. Adrian 3 IGT faster than RedToad, so we might see that gap close. RedToad 917, Adrian, what is that, 0.15 seconds? Yeah, 0.15 seconds is the difference between Adrian and RedToad, so that lead gets slimmed down a little.
It's a go time.
We'll see these attempts. Now Adrian will get the 585. This game might be. I want to see how close we get to like 0 for the differential. A tricky spot here coming up, the crouch jump. To be a little bit faster, crouch jump through these boos. Looks like RedToad will wait that out. Play it safe.
This way.
Let's see the exit times here. Adrian at 10:18.304. RedToad at 10:20 point something. It's 2 seconds differential, so Adrian pulls ahead by 2 seconds, and we're going back and forth here. Very slim leads, but leads nonetheless.
Let's go.
How long does this run typically? So, in real time, about top run's gonna be about 24 minutes, but as you can see in the top left, there is something called a run timer and a real timer. So real timer is of course for keeping real time as the minutes progress. You'll see the run timer. So since runs are so close between runners in this game, we need to remove the load times between like levels. Or like every time I see a black screen, that's a load time. They're inconsistent between Wii's, so we need to remove those. So in terms of load time, I mean, top runs are going to be around that 22-minute mark in load reduced time. These races, obviously, the runners, I mean, they likely won't. Probably taking slight variations of the route to make it a little safer to play with. I think for these two racers, anything between 22 and 24 minutes load reduced time. Alright, so runners in at 8-1. So pretty close 8-1 completion times between these two, 4.33, 4.32. A really clinical running once again. And the differential is going to be about 3 seconds. So Adrian's in the lead about 3 seconds. We're going to see, of course, as Alec mentioned, the first run, and we'll see it come up in a bit here once 8-7 is complete. But aspect ratios for the screen do matter. There's a small time save that we'll talk about later in the run, and that will probably close this gap a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I'm assuming RedToad is playing 4 to 3. Alright, so we go to 8-2. Alright, you can see the star grab here as they will make their way to the secret exit. Adrian's the best NSMBW player you've seen in your life. High praise for Adrian here from the chat. I'd say, yeah, honestly, this is really good running. Bro never saw me. You've never seen me. I'm the fastest in the game, of course. Alright, so Adrian 426, RedToad 424. Pretty close here.
This way.
Might see maybe a second extra in that lead. I think yeah, it's to be about 4 seconds, somewhere in that 3 to 4 second range, a lead for Adrian. Alright, we go to 8-7. So this is a level only accessible by the secret exit that you take in A2. It's as close to an auto-scroller as you can get in this game, at least in the speed run. There are other levels that are probably more of the bill of an auto-scroller. So there's some tricks to, of course, speed up your IGT in this game, in this level. We've seen both runners hit the 340 mark, the IGT, very impressive. I think it's the best. Yeah, they did. 2 different tactics to get that star. So Adrian we saw go for the crouch boost and hit it from the bottom, and RedToad go for the ground pound. Not sure which is faster on the top of my head. I think it's crouch boost. Of course, the crouch boost, pretty precise trick. Alright, so we'll see this level here, the bone coaster. Aptly named. So, you know, while waiting, the players might do some cool tricks on the platform. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm sure many people in the chat have this game. If you're watching the first time, I'm sure many of you have this game maybe at your house. There's a kid, maybe. You know, feel free to just open up the game and start to run. It's a pretty fun game, pretty fun game. It's pretty short, 90%. You know, not crazy time commitment. Of course, you've seen some of those other games that have multiple hours, like Galaxy. But like, this is a pretty relaxing kind of play. I think I'm sure top runners are the same. Since they're competing. I find it relaxing at least. I don't have this opinion for myself. Anyways, we're seeing Adrian get close to the end here. So is RedToad. And Adrian will hit that 340 mark again. Playing really well, Adrian, in the second race. I can't even name any single mishap. Maybe some minor movement. I don't know. Really good by Adrian, and RedToad just coming in behind. So I'll have to look at the differential here. Alright, here, if you've just seen the airship be revealed slowly, cinematically as we move on the screen. So the aspect ratio does matter here. Adrian playing 16-9, so and RedToad playing 4-3. It was found out in this game that if you play 4-3, you save 2 seconds on that cutscene, which is an insane find. If you're intent on saving those 2 seconds, you could do that cutscene. For most runners, that's not the major next step, but maybe you could matter the race. I don't really think so, personally. I haven't seen a race be decided by 2 seconds, but just a cool tidbit of information for speedrunning the game. So both players at the airship now. Let's see what their entry is into the second room of the airship, and we can measure the difference, measure the lead. So Adrian enters at the 17-minute mark. RedToad at the 17:01 mark. So about a 1.5 second lead, I think. RedToad, very impressive. I think 2 seconds that lead was made up by the cutscene, and it's back to neck and neck. It's always been neck and neck. 5 seconds even at this point in the game. Not much of a differentiator. So I'm ready for Toad here to make the comeback. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. A trick coming up in the game called Bombless. As we go to the Bowser Jr. fight, it will be a crucial differentiator in this game. So you can, the way you're supposed to defeat Bowser Jr. is you will shoot bombs on the platform, and you have to ground pound and get them up there. However, if you use the propeller correctly, spin and jump at the right time, you can get that first hit. So Adrian, I think, will not get there, and neither will RedToad. Oh no, RedToad gets it a little delayed. Second hit off for RedToad. Adrian just doing the alternate strategy here, trying to get one of the hits by flying up there. And RedToad, a very well executed bombless, and completes the fight. I think RedToad has been on his game for bombless. Admittedly, I don't know too much about the strategy. I think he's doing well though. Yeah, masterful fight. You'll see Adrian finish up here as well. Very cleanly fought as well. And let's look at the differentiators. We'll see how fast they enter 8 castle. Can't spell bombless without L. I think it's a pretty L strategy. It's too hard for me. I've never done it, so I can't speak on it.
It's a go time.
All right, so RedToad enters at 1908. And he will get started. RedToad. You'll see Adrian enter at 1930, so I think about 22 seconds separate the runners. Still, at this point, again, ATC could make that difference, possibly, deciding this run. Adrian's about to go on an outside there, I believe it. This race still pretty much anyone's game. RedToad will enter the second. I can't wait for Alex meal comments. What other puns, jokes do you have? Yeah. All right, RedToad. Looking to enter the fight here. Get through the green doors at 6:05. Nice save by Adrian there. And that was pun intended that way. Gets a nice entry there, and also 6:05 doors. So both runners getting to the fight, the Bowser fight, and that will be the final piece of this race. So let's see what happens. Alright, so RedToad. Will we see an ATC attempt? Got it in the last run. We get in this one. So, cutscene again. Compose yourselves. See what happens. Alright, let's see RedToad's attempt. And we'll see Adrian's next as well. RedToad. I think that's good enough for the gap. Yep. A little difficulty in the crouch jump, but gets through. A bit delayed there. See Adrian's attempt here. I think that's also gonna land. Perfect by Adrian. Alright, so RedToad making their way through the escape. Adrian not too far behind. And RedToad will complete it at 22:23. Adrian coming up right here as well. (22:39), 16 seconds apart. Really close race. Well, that's one of the closest I've seen. RedToad will just barely win this one. Seeing the RTA PB. Is that true, Adrian? Nice. So, two really great runs here. I think this is probably one of the. I think we've seen the most high level running in this race. RedToad will win 2-0 and advance to the knockout stages, I believe. Yeah, and yes, we're seeing some comments from the runners, GG's. And yeah, so I think really yeah, I agree with the comment from Adrian. I think Bombless probably the differentiator in the runs, but really close. I mean, I really can't name anything that is close to perfect runs there. For me, at least from my perspective. I don't know much about this game, but yeah. So really good running, both of you guys. And best of luck on future races. I don't know, this is the last race of the group, I think. So yeah. Red Toad says both ahead of my PB going to airship. That's pretty crazy. So I'm seeing PBs being stated here. I don't know who actually PB'd. Whatever. Congrats to those. Were there both PBs? Yeah. Okay, if you're doing a post factory, I gotta think of some questions. Also, we'll take some questions from the chat. I don't know how these go. I haven't watched one of these, so we need the content. Yeah, I'm down to do it. Also went to 5-2 from all the runs. Also went to 5-2 because of all the races I've seen. Pretty much comes into Bob's was meal. No, I also went that too. I think I haven't watched too many of the races here. I think some of them probably didn't get restreamed. But I think there is that. I don't know what I'm talking. I don't know if you guys can hear. Sure. So just as a general tournament update, while we wait for the post-match interview, there are 2 more games left in the group stages. Both happening on June 26th, I believe, Eastern. So if you want to see the conclusion of the group stage, they may be restreamed, they might not be, I'm not sure, but see how that goes.
GG.
GG's again. That felt really close.
Yeah, those were great races.
Yeah.
They're great races to watch. I really enjoyed watching them. I don't know how you guys felt. So I guess first
Yeah,
question, open up to anyone. I don't know if you guys, can you guys hear me, by the way? So I have to, let me mute the stream. Can you guys hear me, by the way? I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first question, I was just curious. Anyone can answer. Like when you look at these, like when you do these races, right? Like, are you like stressed, nervous? You have access to the other person's POV. Do you check it that often? Like, what thought process goes into the races? Especially like one as close as this. Like, what goes into that thought process?
I mean, for me, I was nervous the whole time. I knew these races were going to be really close. I knew that that it was going to come down to like a few seconds. So I was definitely nervous the whole time. I did look over a couple of times to just see where he was. But other than that, I just focused on what I was doing.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
makes sense.
I was focused on my run too. Like, I played it pretty safe. I think it would have turned out pretty well for me if I actually hit bombless. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with my performance.
Yeah, of course. I want to ask specifically, you're commenting a bit about like 5-2 versus 5-3. Do you do 5-3 in your runs? And what went the decision to do 5-2 in races? I've seen a couple of runners do it. I do it myself personally as well, 5-2. If you want to walk us through that.
Yeah, so uh I do use 5-3 during actual runs, but like I know at least 5-3 was the scratch I was doing. It only saved like a few seconds, which I mean, like if you consider like all the bigger tricks that are bombless meal, like those matter more to me. So that I was like, I might as well just go to 5-2. Like I remember in the first match, RedToad, I don't know what happened in 1-2, but he was just behind after it. So I was like, I'm a little bit ahead. Why don't I just play it safe,
Yeah, of
And then
course, and
yeah,
in these races, especially like, you want to keep your propeller really important.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot less risk in 5-2. Cool. So
Yeah.
in terms of like, this is obviously a much different group game. There are stakes on this one, essentially a virtual knockout. Compared to your first two races for each of you, actually, any extra preparation going into this one, knowing the stakes?
I mean,
Just or
Oh,
just like
nothing.
going with the
absolutely.
flow. None, no extra practice there.
I mean, I did my normal practice. Um,
Mhm.
I actually think I probably should have practiced more because I didn't do any practice the day prior. So I did a little bit extra today, but nothing too much.
Yeah, and I guess final question for me. I don't know if anyone has any extra questions or if you guys want to do any extra commentary, but uh, when you're like, do you guys think like you're running in good form now? Do you think it's a good time to maybe do some attempts based on the races you've done here, or just it's just good racing? Leave it at that. Attempts separate from this completely.
I did attempts a couple days ago, but I think mainly practice for me is just ILs and occasional no resets. But the attempt session the other day was a little bit like random. I'm like, I'm feeling good today. Let's do some runs. But I don't usually do attempts during tournaments like this.
Adrian, do you have any commentary on that?
Uh, yeah, I did do some attempts yesterday. I remember I got my 2241. I wasn't expecting to PB during the tournament, so we will definitely take that. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, awesome. So I don't have any other questions. I mean, for me, this is really cool to watch, really high level running. So congrats to both of you. If you guys want to do any parting remarks, you can. But yeah, good luck for rest of the tournament or future tournaments. Yeah, that's all from me.
Some GG's again, RedToad. That was fun.
Yeah, GG. That was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, in that case, I think we can wrap up here. Unless there are any objections from anyone else, but yeah, good stuff. Let me read the chat one more time. I don't think there's anything in there. All right, cool. Alec, I think we can wrap up.
GG's again.
GG.
GG on the rest of the tournament.
Thanks.
You have a good one. See ya.
Bye
All right,
bye.
take care, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, and then last note, I think. So I'm looking at the times here. June 26th will be the final 2 games of the tournament. Well, of the group stage at least before the knockouts. I think 10 a.m. Eastern is D the Cuber versus the Old Man speedrunning, and at 10 p.m. we have Enforcer versus D the Cuber as well. So 2 high octane Group A games coming up. All right, take care, everyone. Sign off.